And we're going live. Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett. I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on the John Campea YouTube channel. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why would you ever want to miss it? Especially if you love the movies. Ooh. Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, yada, yada, yada. Call me what you want, but remember, I am your pharaoh of physical media, Robert Meyer Burnett, and this, my friends, is the dawning of Season 4 of Let's Get Physical Media. This fakakta show that, despite all odds, somehow continues to entertain. And part of the reason it continues to entertain, it's certainly not me. I have a force in the universe more powerful than Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. I have your favorite German, my favorite German, everyone's favorite German. Say it with me now. All of you, say it with me now. All the way from where? Saarbrücken, Deutschland. Mr. Dieter Bastian. Dieter, Happy New Year.
Frohes Neues Jahr, aka Happy New Year, and I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs, D-Day here. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane, even in 2024, and welcome to the B&B Motel for Let's Get Physical Media, where I'm feeling excited to do the show, and I'm feeling good. But Rob, just a quick note, how's your boss, JC, the bad Canadian kid, doing?
I guess he's doing good. He put up a video talking about his health. You know, it was kind of a scary thing. He came back from Canada visiting his mom, and I didn't realize when I was doing the show with him Monday that he was coughing and wheezing every time I was off the screen.
When you were on the screen, he muted his mic. So that
I didn't know that, and I didn't realize how sick he was.
Yeah.
So it was. He's apparently he's okay. By the way, for anyone who's interested, I do not sleep in this shirt, and I do or sweater. I do change my undershirt. It's cold as F here. So other than wearing my brown leather jacket that somebody said makes me look like the entertainment version of Steve Bannon, I'm like, come on. I decided
know it's your Snake Plissken check.
I know, but I'd explain that, but that's part of the entertainment value. But somebody pointed out this looks like static, and I'm like, oh, I got to wear this.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool, you know. It's you shouldn't wear stuff like this on video because it shimmers, it aliases, you know. And I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
I got this for Christmas, and I love it. It's so warm, and it keeps me all toasty here in the Rob Observatory.
Yeah, but it's the perfect test, Rob, to see if your monitor is capable, you know, to
put
the fire lines, you know.
You're right.
It's a test sweater that you are wearing.
It's true. You are right. No? I just want to stop and give a shout out to both Kino Lorber and George Feltenstein over at Warner Archive, because they continue to sponsor this channel by sending stuff. I got stuff from both of them, including something I can't wait to show everybody. A shout out to Kino Cult, and another shout out to Vinegar Syndrome. I know they don't sponsor the show, but Vinegar Syndrome, they announced something I can't believe they announced, and it's going to be my pick of the week. Everyone's going to laugh at me and go, "What?" You're all going to look at me and go, "What? That movie?" Because it's a movie that I never thought I would see. I bought it from the Tuna Train, and it's a Paramount movie, but
that's why we love those companies, Rob. Giving us titles that we never thought we would give.
First of all, Vinegar Syndrome was coming out hot. Yeah. We're going to talk about that this week. But my God, these companies let's just give another shout out to all of these boutique companies. I don't care whether it's Umbrella or Imprint or Indicator or 101 or 88, MVP, whatever.
Play on Turbine.
Play on Turbine, Criterion.
Yeah.
Of course, Vinegar Syndrome, and my favorite, say it with me now, Second Sight. And as I somebody wrote me and said I thought it was very funny. They said they subscribed because I said if Second Sight was a girl, Second Sight would be Farrah Fawcett Majors as Holly in Logan's Run. And that was what convinced him to subscribe to this show, Dieter, and this channel. Exactly. It's those kinds of off-the-wall witticisms that bring people back week after week, even if they don't even collect physical media. My God.
Exactly.
And I'm not just saying that about myself. You have some witticisms, too.
Yeah. And I have leftovers from last week. Not only the live chat, but I like to go through the chat just for the super chats too, Rob, because I'm not
Some
as
things
good
never
as
change.
you. Not as good as you of responding on the fly to something.
Yes.
Some people asking stuff which I don't have immediately an answer. I'm always caught like a deer in the headlight. Rob, help me out here, And one of the
By the way,
chats,
I do have a gift for you.
Okay.
I have a gift for you, and it hasn't been official. It's not official.
Yeah. Okay, not official.
It's not official.
Probably know what. Yeah.
Not official. I'm going to say
Don't
it right now.
hype me up, Rob. Don't hype me up. No.
I'm going to hype you up. I just want to say that there is a possibility, as they said in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, dice are rolling. We might get Cynthia Rothrock on this show in February.
That would be dope. Surreal for me, Rob, but it would be dope.
You better come on, write some questions down for the great Rothrock.
I will do that, Rob. I will do that.
And she's going to rock us all like a hurricane, I'm sure, with a hurricane kick to the face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And talking about a Kickstarter movie, Black Creek, which is hopefully be done soon. But we had a super chat, Rob, from a performing artist, and he said, "What movie are you both most looking forward to that you have not seen from 2023? Also, one movie are you both most looking forward to in 2024?" And those kind of questions are always tough to answer because from the top of my head, I don't know what every movie that is starting in 2024 and what I haven't seen from 2023. So, Rob, I made a list. What I haven't seen in 2023 is Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage.
I haven't seen that either.
And even if I have the disc, Rob, I'm still afraid to watch the movie. Bo is Afraid. So I still haven't watched Bo is Afraid. Then I heard good things, Rob. I don't know if you have seen it from 2023. May, December. With,
yes, I saw May, December.
Great movie, Rob? Recommend?
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
Okay.
I really did.
Then I heard good things. Number 9, that was number 10. Number 9, The Iron Claw. I heard good things about. I haven't seen Poor Things. I haven't seen. Then movie from up north, Glacier Grave. I heard good things about. The Creator, most people have seen. I have not. Speaking from John Wood, Silent Night, I have not seen. Then Leave the World Behind, I have not seen. And I always heard good things about the clone Tyrone on Netflix.
Dude, I loved it.
Loved it. Okay.
It wasn't as great as I hoped it would be, but I still loved it.
Nice. So I need to watch that. Then Killers of the Flower Moon, which luckily will get a release date streaming next week on Friday on Apple. And The Holdovers. But The Holdovers, I watched the first New Year's Day and totally had a blast with it. Great movie. But I will hold myself a little bit back for buying the Blu-ray just to see what versions will be coming out. Perhaps here it's only out on Blu-ray at Amazon. And Thomas Logan informed me that it is sold out on Amazon, which is always good to know if a Blu-ray was selling out. So, a performing artist for 2024. I have 10 on my list I'm looking forward to. 1, Ballerina, the spin-off for the John Wick.
I second that emotion.
Yeah. Then, even if Godzilla Minus One showed us what the peak of a kaiju movie is, I'm looking forward to Godzilla X Kong because I had fun with the previous one. Of course, Deadpool 3 is on the list. Furiosa, Terrifier 3, Mickey 17, the new one from Bong Joon-ho. I don't know nothing about, and I hope I can.
It's a science fiction movie. I'm down.
Okay, until the movie will be released. Love Lies Bleeding with Kristen Stewart looks interesting to me. Civil War, of course, from Alex Garland. Dune 2, and out of morbid curiosity, Rob, the remake of Roadhouse. Even if I don't think we need.
Oh, dude, come on! You got to rock the remake of Roadhouse. Everybody wants to see that.
I'm curious about this remake. And as an honorable mention for 2024, Rebel Moon, Scargiver. I'm really looking forward to Rebel Moon, the second one.
Did you watch my Designing Hollywood with the costume designer of Rebel Moon that dropped a few days ago?
I have to go back to watch it. It was probably nice to know something about what she did for that.
And the costume, the production illustrator as well. Yeah. It was a good Designing Hollywood. Dude, I got some banger Designing Hollywoods to come up. Do you know what my next one is? I interviewed one of my favorite costume designers, Ellen Mirojnik. She did a little movie this year called Oppenheimer.
A small one.
Else?
Small one.
You know, I went to Universal Studios and interviewed her at the costume department of Universal Studios. They're a new sponsor for Designing Hollywood. Do you know what other movie she designed amongst the many great movies she designed?
Help me out.
Basic Instinct.
Ooh.
Dude, she's going to hook me up with Sharon Stone so I can pitch my Basic Instinct 3 trigger warning movie. Come on. Why not? Go Sharon Stone. You know what? I just want to know. I just want to say that I don't know if you saw there was a video of Sharon Stone talking about how, like, I think she's like 63 now. Yeah. There was a video of her. First of all, you know, Sharon Stone, Grace Kelly in Rear Window and Sharon Stone. Come on. You know, if my fictional characters could come to life, you know what I'm saying? And she said something about still being attractive, and she got roasted on social media by all these people calling her a grandmother. I'm like, fuck you, Gen Z. You don't know fuck all. Sharon Stone is still smoking in her 60s. So I just want to give a shout out to Sharon Stone and Ellen Mirojnik for dressing her in Basic Instinct. And I have a quarter scale statue of her with her legs crossed right over there. I see it. I look up there and I go, oh, Sharon, I like the fact you smoke. It's fine. There is smoking in this building. I'm not going to arrest you. But anyway, so
for a start, Rob, should we show some stuff?
Yes, we should. And I want to start with something.
Okay.
So, you know, Kino Lorber, the newest thing that I'm fascinated with is Kino Lorber's Kino Cult label. It appears to me
a spin-off label.
It's a spin-off label. It's a spin-off label that has no rhyme, no reason. It's kind of like, I want to say Michael Biehn. Imagine Michael Biehn from The Terminator talking about how the Terminator, it will not stop. I kind of feel this way about Kino Cult because every release they put out, I don't even know what it is, but it's something I'm just glad to own. And their latest, number 6, S&M Hunter Begins.
Ooh.
Now, they've put out Blu-rays and DVDs. S&M, not S&M Hunter, but the prequel, S&M Hunter Begins. And it's Japanese. And you know my thing for Asian women. And the quote on the back says, people are only truly happy when they're doing what excites them. Couldn't agree more. And I got to read the back. The story behind the legend. This is the prequel and origin story behind the cult film S&M Hunter from 1986 and tells how an average salaryman became the world's first sadomasochistic superhero. Now, for the first time, we learn how the roper lost his eye and gained a whip. Never before available on DVD, S&M Hunter Begins is a sleaze masterpiece. Now,
sounds more like Vinegar Syndrome.
This is how I began my 2024. Let me ask you, is it going to be a good year?
Definitely.
Thank you, Kino Lorber.
Never heard of that.
Oh, but you have now.
No.
So the real question is, Kino, are we going to get S&M Hunter to go along with S&M Hunter Begins?
Yes.
I mean, I obviously this must be better than the Phantom Menace in terms of prequels, right?
As an M in the back, Rob. Not a cat in the bag.
Not a cat in the bag, but I just want to rifle through some titles that Kino Lorber sent me. Piper Lloyd, Rock Hudson. Has anybody seen my gal? Well, no, because she's probably in S&M Hunter Begins. Haven't seen her. Actually, this is a cool movie. They all had something to sell. Courage, sex, and corruption. Rod Taylor, Claudia Cardinal, The Hell with Heroes. God bless Kino Lorber. Then Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, and Joan Collins. That's right. And starring Dorothy Lamour, The Road to Hong Kong, another Crosby and Hope Road film. Gotta love that. And then Brigitte Bardot, when asking her about S&M Hunting Begins, she says, "Please, not now." So I got those classic titles from Kino Lorber. Not to be outdone.
Yeah.
Lewis Gilbert, James Bond director Lewis Gilbert, directed The Sea Shall Have Them and Albert R.N. Don't know anything about these movies. I haven't seen them, but Lewis Gilbert, kind of cool.
It's a double feature. This was
double
a double
feature. Kino Lorber double feature. And a movie directed by the great Robert Wise. Saw this movie in film school. Harry Belafonte, Robert Ryan, and Shelley Winters. Say it with me now. Odds Against Tomorrow. And you got to love it when Kino Lorber gives us the O-rings with the classic artwork. I don't know how. And Monk season 2, dude. Monk.
Oh, me too, Rob. Wait, where's it?
2.
Where's it? Me too, Rob.
Monk season 2.
Great.
So, Mary Forrest would love that I have Monks on
awesome
disc. And now I've got a few more. They send me also DVDs of really interesting Ever Deadly. This is a documentary that I don't know anything about music documentary. Fireworks, which is a queer title, which Kino Lorber also distributes. Two teenagers are separated by force, but ready to challenge everything and everyone. All right. Here is one of the best films of the year, Four Daughters, on DVD. And these, again, foreign titles. And Pianoforte, a gripping look at the world of piano competitors. So, another cool documentary. And I got to give a shout out. Kino Lorber's documentary game is on point. And they got me that interview with Greg Lemley for Only in Theaters, which is a terrific documentary. So, again, that was how Kino Lorber began my 2024. I'm not only S&M hunting, I'm not only beginning my S&M hunt, but I'm also keeping up with great classic and obscure physical media releases. So thank you, Kino Lorber. Thank you, Matt, from Kino Lorber, for continuing to send us stuff and keep this show interesting. I can't wait to see what Kino Cult title number 7 is. God bless you guys. God bless you guys. Why am I pointing so much? Wait, I love Kino Lorber.
There you go.
There you go.
So, on my end, Rob, the first one came a little bit after our target, but is in the same vein. I've got Surviving the Game with Ice-T, which I remember back from
that movie.
VHS. Yeah, me too, Rob. I don't know if the movie ever gotten even a DVD release. It's always one of the movies that was always missing. Really nice transfer, and still good time with great names attached to the movie. So really still Surviving the Game. Good one.
It is a good one.
I'm quite a fan of the show, so I bought the 4th season, but I will have to get this first season, the 3rd season as well. I love Titans, Rob, so I bought Titans on Blu-ray, the 4th and final season, The next one got pretty much roasted everywhere, considering the reviews. But I watched it on... Where I watched the movie? Where was it available? On Shudder. On Shudder was it available. And I thought, it's not that bad, Rob. And I like the cast. I like the killer. So for me, I bought it here in Germany, Rob. It's a wonderful knife, which I thought was not that bad. I like Justin Long. Cassandra Nord from Influencer is in it, unfortunately, only in a small role. Catherine Isabel from the Ninja Snap series. So really nice cast considering the movie. And I thought, not that bad. Hey. The next one was a suggestion from Terje, our man in Norway. And considering Norwegian movies themed around Christmas, that's always a good thing. And the movie is called There's Something in the Barn.
Oh, I saw a trailer for that. Is it good? Did you watch it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't reach the heights of Rare Export. I don't know if you have seen Rare Exports.
I own it.
So, still good. Still slightly in the 6.5 out of 10 range. But it shouldn't have kept the momentum going. At a certain point, you have to keep the momentum going, show more crazy stuff. So, still good, but not at the height that I would love to have it. So, it would have been a cult classic around Christmas time. Rob, I sometimes hear your recommendations and I will get them. Even for me, it was not particularly what I perhaps wanted. I bought the Trevor Horn Echoes. And for me, it's just, I was really looking forward to it, but the songs are very different that as we know the songs.
Well,
it's very unusual to hear the songs in a completely new, not completely new, but in a different, really different type.
Seal singing Joe Jackson Stepping Out. Come on.
Yeah, but relax, Rob. Relax should be a pumping song, not put me to sleep here on the couch.
Well, you know, you've heard it as a pumping. Well, you know what?
Exactly, Rob. That is the problem. You have heard these songs, these famous pop songs, a million times.
Did you listen to Dolby Atmos versions?
Yeah, of course, Rob. Of course. Sound mix is great, but not at the yellow point level, but still great. But for me, it's really tough to hear those songs in that different
Broaden your
variation.
horizons, buddy.
Yeah, but just saying, if somebody is interested, just listen to the album first. If it is really for you, if you want elevator music, there you get it.
Oh my God! What? Oh my God! No S&M Hunter Begins for you. You get nothing.
Yeah, I get nothing exactly. Then to counter that, but I haven't seen it. I bought Billy Idol live at the Hoover Dam. And it promised me, this is actually a pretty strange packaging, so more like a digi pack. And it promised me behind the booklet a spectacular concert film. So I hope it will hold that promise. So Billy Idol from the Hoover Dam, which I think is probably even the first one that is from there. Another recommendation that you have given us, Rob, and I bought it as a Schnäppchen, Rob. Finally.
Ooh.
I got something as a Schnäppchen. From Arrow, I bought a Clive Owen movie. Croupier.
Oh, I love Croupier. By the way, that disc is amazing.
Yeah, Terje told us that one too. It comes with the 4K.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't get to it, Rob. It came in, I believe, yesterday or on Friday. So let me just see. Okay, we've got the 4K and the Blu-ray. Let me just check. Or is it just a bonus? No, the disc 2 is just bonus content. So the 4K and inside we get probably the poster and the little booklet. And I've never seen the movie, so it's totally cat in the bag for me. The booklet and the poster of it. But it was price reduced. So,
Dude,
I
the
jumped
movie's
on-
so good.
I jumped on the chance. Poster with the 2
Yeah, it's great.
artworks. And
Great.
speaking of casinos, Rob, fitting to Groupier, I've got Casino Raiders.
And who's that from?
From Eureka. From Eureka comes Casino Raiders, which has, let me just see, a booklet in it too, and it is with Andy Lau. So perhaps a nice double feature, considering casinos. So booklet in it, and this one Rob showed it last week. And no, Rob, I will not remove the Rotten Tomato sticker from
Okay.
the Wailing.
Okay, I gotta talk about this for a minute. I watched that with
But it's nice. Just last week, it's nice that Wellgo USA gives us the 4K and the Blu-ray, which I always appreciate when the Blu-ray is still in the set. And for a nice price, perhaps they're thinking about the people who are double dipping on the title.
Oh yeah, because I double dipped. I have to tell you, I showed Elizabeth. First of all, have you ever seen The Wailing?
Yeah, but it's a little bit backdrop. I have to refresh my memory about it.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah. I love it. I mean, it's like 10 movies in one, but the Wellgo 4K is delicious.
Ooh,
it
nice.
looks incredible, and it sounds incredible too. And but I can't even. It's got one of my. There's something in the movie that's one of my favorite iterations of that particular kind of thing that's ever been in any movie ever. And man, I'm surprised there's no American remake of The Wailing set in like Appalachia or something, because watch, somebody's writing that down and they'll announce it tomorrow on Variety. But it's I'm surprised Roy Lee doesn't have the rights, because man, watching that movie, I love The Wailing. The Wailing and Train to Busan, man.
Yeah. Korean movie. Korean
Dude,
movies.
The Koreans know what's up.
Yeah,
they know what's up.
So this was my first little hole.
Well, I'm gonna show another sponsor, because this I have to say, as far as classics, you know, Warner Archive, they're also a sponsor of this channel. This group of 4 movies, they started out strong, really strong, for 2024. This group of 4 titles. These are all very worthy, great films. Madame Bovary, James Mason's in this. Obviously, a great literary adaptation. A great Greta Garbo film, Anna Christie. This is awesome. The very first Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan movie.
Ooh.
Tarzan the Ape Man. And Best Picture of 1936. The Great Ziegfeld, William Powell, Myrna Loy, and Louis Rainier. Best Picture winner. I've never owned this. I've wanted to have every Best Picture winner. I've never owned this movie.
Was the movie ever released, Rob, on Blu-ray?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't.
Since it's a Best Picture winner, but probably not.
Best Picture 1936. But again, I just want to point out. I just want to give a shout out to George and the folks there. I mean, I feel like these should come in media books or something. But look at they use all the classic key art from back in the day. And I just love the design and layout of all of Warner Archive's covers. I mean, really gorgeous, very classy. They're all kind of a piece. And they don't look like Poltergeist or The Exorcist. People
you're imagining covers.
Not to bring it up again, but Warner Archive knows what's up. George Feltenstein knows what's up, and gosh, it is my hope for the new year that George gets. I mean, if they're not going to put out the right stuff or Forbidden Planet, let's lobby for Warner Archive 4Ks, maybe a Warner Archive box set of movies like I don't know, Them, Forbidden Planet, Soylent Green, The Omega Man, Logan's Run, why not do box sets like Columbia does, but make them Warner Archive and do sci-fi, horror, fantasy, and just you've got a lot of titles at Warner Brothers that haven't been released in 4K. Give them the money, and then HBO Max or just Max can have them. George will know what's up, and you know what? The boxes will be baller. So that's all I'm saying. It's my hope for 2024.
Awesome.
You know what else? I got a box from you.
Am I a sponsor too, Rob?
Dieter Bastian has become a sponsor of this show again. It's been a while. Now he's shown most of this stuff that I think. But one of the things would have been on my disc of the year. I'd seen a bit of it at my friend Clark Von Trotha's house on his incredible system in Portland. But if I had it and got to see it, I would have absolutely made it one of my discs of the year because it is unbelievable. But first, cat in the bag for me. You sent me The Beasts Clawing at Straws, a Korean film. Have you seen this? It's 18.
Of course, Rob. Of course. Because I somehow got it double, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah.
This is an amazing package. I won't bore everybody by showing it again because you've already shown it. But this is an incredible special edition. Yeah. Can't wait.
Go in blind, Rob. Go in blind. Great movie.
Okay, great movie. All right. Thank you for that. Of course, my beloved... Now, this is... I'm going to say, once again, I've been singing the praises of J.J. Abrams. I might not like his feature film output, but I will forever be grateful to him for restoring one of my favorite horror films of all time, Don Coscarelli's Phantasm, in 4K, which we don't have in the United States. And this media book is terrific. Very clever, you Germans, making the discs silver spheres. I love that. I love this artwork.
Yeah,
so
me too.
This was something I was obviously eagerly awaiting. You got me this, the very first movie I ever got a screen credit on, released as a beautiful new media book. Warner Archive.
I don't know if you had the time. You told me that the Blu-ray of Warner Archive had a little bit.
Yeah, it had some power.
The same here.
You know what? I haven't looked yet. I have not looked.
Okay.
I haven't looked, but having this media book with the embossed the Saws family, to me, this means a lot because Jeff Burr, who directed this, recently passed away. Yeah. We're having his memorial event at the Aero Theater later this month. So thank you for sending me this. Now, I have to say, this disc is absolutely incredible. This is part of the Mario Bava collection. Now seeing this disc and what they've done, this is amazing. Planet of the Vampires, obviously, Mario Bava doing things like I love his output from the 60s. And I mean, this is just an incredible release. The transfer is amazing. The 4K disc is amazing. I love everything about this. It makes me want to get every one of these Mario Bava releases because they're so beautiful. But this movie, obviously inspiration for Alien. This would absolutely have been one of my discs of the year.
Nice.
So thank you for that. But I have to say, that this
you still wanted it, Rob, even if it's out on 4K.
I got the 4K Steelbook.
Yeah.
But because I have great affection for this movie, now there's one other disc you sent me that was like this, which was Eden Lake.
Eden Lake, yeah.
Now, this, of course, is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. Show enough!
Or the Dance of the Dragon in German.
Dance of the Dragon. And of course, what's cool about this is the packaging, and they've made it look like a VHS tape. Now, what's fun about this is like Eden Lake, so it comes out... It looks like a VHS tape. The box looks like I mean, look at that. It's hilarious. But what it comes with a set of stickers that you can put on the VHS tape as if it's a rental title in Germany. Yeah. So you can decide. I mean, it's good. It even says like what video store it's from, and you can decide. You can bring your artistic abilities and have fun with this.
Do the packaging itself.
I mean, and then, of course, what's funny about this is it's got a metallic clasp on the tape. God bless you, Germans. And then the disc is sitting in here in foam. Yeah. And then there's a booklet in here. And it's a little stuck in there now. I won't get it out, but
probably, yeah.
but I love this. I will put this right next to my Eden Lake.
Great.
And once again, as America falls,
some people will think you still have VHS.
As America turns into a identity political nightmare, and it just goes to show you that everywhere else in the world, the respect for art exists. They take the time. I mean, between these kinds of things, we don't have that here. We don't have that respect. We don't have. It's very sad. But so shout out to Germany for having the creativity and the wherewithal to.
And glad that everything survived the long trip.
It did. So thank you for that. I have a few more things to show, but we can wait. Yeah. What's next?
Should I get to the letters drop? I only have 2.
Yeah, why not? Fire up the letters.
So let me just went to my inbox here. The first one comes from Pedro Ferreira, who was on the member chat probably yesterday. And here it says, "Hi Rob and Dieter. I hope you are having a good new year. Further to our conversation yesterday on the members chat, I didn't have time to ask what you thought about the movie Scrooge. I can't figure out also why it took since 2006 to release the extras for Scrooge on some home media. I hope they one day do a proper in-depth making-of doc for the movie with more cast members. The 2006 documentary only managed to interview from the cast Alfred Woodard and Carol Kane. I know Bill Murray would be impossible to get, but half of them are still alive, and the film had so many cast members, it shouldn't be difficult to get more of them to talk about their experience making this great movie. Apart from Alfred Woodard and Carol Kane, they should interview the rest of the Murrays, Bobcat Goldthwait, Karen Allen, John Glover, Lee Majors, David Johansen, Kate McGregor Stewart, Jeff Joseph, Jamie Farr, Jack McGee, Nicholas Phillips, Wendy Malick, Maria River, etc. Do you have any favorite bits? One of my favorite lines is Elliot comparing Frank's Bad Tastes Scrooge trailer to Manson's Family Christmas special. I also loved all the stuff with the homeless people played by the Ramsays and Michael Pollard thinking Frank was Richard Burton. I wrote a review of the movie but don't currently have anywhere to post it, which is a shame. Kind regards, Pedro. Rob, you showed in the news section the Scrooge is available on 4K, but I have no idea about the special features of. Yeah,
I mean, Pedro said that the special features were made in 2006. Yeah. That's happening a lot now. They're resurrecting classic special features, which is great. Now he says we've never seen them before, but I don't know. I've never owned Scrooge, but I like Scrooge a lot. I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't really remember.
Me neither.
Various
probably
sequences
the
I
last
saw when
time
it first came out.
It's really VHS where I saw the movie.
Well, it's funny because back in 2006, DVDs had become very, very popular, and special features had become popular, and a lot of the time. It was just really difficult to get. It's not like people didn't want to participate. Some people wanted money. I was explaining this on our member call yesterday. It was just hard to get people to interview for free, and there were no budgets to pay for people to be interviewed. So, what can I say? I can assure you, DVD producers wanted to get everybody. By the way, that just reminded me. When I was doing more self-serving stories from Rob Burnett, when I was doing the Tron documentary, I couldn't get David Warner. David Warner's agent wanted $75,000, which is the entire budget for the doc. But when I was doing it, Bruce Boxleitner was in town, Jeff Bridges was in town, but somebody who wasn't in town was Cindy Morgan, who played the love interest. She was also Lacey Underalls in Caddyshack. And I got in touch with her. She was in Chicago, and she was absolutely delightful. And, she bent over backwards to help me get an interview with her, and I was able to get Rafer Weigel's sister, Jennifer Weigel. Rafer Weigel played me in Free Enterprise, and Jennifer Weigel was also a journalist, and she went, and we set up an interview, And Jennifer Weigel interviewed Cindy Morgan, and she was able to be in my documentary. And she helped me get contact information for other people, too. And she passed away recently, a couple days ago, and she was 69. And I just want to give her a shout out. She was a really lovely woman. Not only was she beautiful, but she was so funny and so vibrant and so full of life. And I really enjoyed working with her. And if having her was a delight in my documentary, which got nominated for Best Retrospective Documentary of the Year back in 2003 when they had the DVD Exclusive Awards. And so shout out to Michael Pellerin and Jeff Curdy for allowing me to direct that documentary, and to Disney Home Video. It was a great experience. I just want to give her a shout out for making that possible. And I'm sorry, 69 was way too young. So don't mean to bum everybody out, but I just wanted to give her a shout out.
But the price tag what David Warner is insane, Rob.
Well, and it's just I understand back then everybody wants money, but David Warner is no longer with us. And I really would have liked to have had, because I don't just interview people about the movie that I'm talking to them about. I interview, and who knows what I would have been able to do with that material.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. That's it. The second letter comes, let me just see, of course. The blood thickens, Rob, not from Brian Knight, from Brian P. Knight. So letter got stuck in there. And he says, Robert, every week you promise to send Dieter various DVDs. I think by now you are up to a trunk of DVDs you owe Dieter. Send him the DVDs and we can have an entire show of Dieter unboxing the shipment.
No, because a lot of the DVDs I got you have been really, like The Abyss is coming out, and Dragon Slayer came out. And...
But perhaps, Rob, perhaps the Stinky Tuna will be the better one. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Second question. When I check on Sunday mornings for your upcoming show, it is listed with a Greenwich Mean Time 8 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time. You and John Campia are my two regular shows which list your upcoming show on Greenwich Time. Well, Brian, it's the same for me. When Rob puts up our show, I get the German time when it will be airing. And considering, Brian, if Rob would send me DVDs, I would be pissed. He would send me DVDs. And since this is a mess here, Brian, I'm really happy that I have a second storage in Redland for my stuff. I should probably send Rob even more stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He has to curate it and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad idea that I don't have to deal with new titles, with even more titles at the moment. So this was our 2 letters, Rob.
Those are good letters.
Yeah. Where do we go, Rob? At the left chat, you have.
Well, I have a little political screed to give you all. So apparently, the Writers Guild of America. Now, Chris Gore sent me this.
I heard about this. Insane.
Yeah. So the Writers Guild of America is now, I guess, asking their membership to fill out forms. This is a little disturbing. So you have to declare what your sexuality is, and what your what your gender identity is, if you're disabled, and then
everything, Rob. Everything.
And then your ethnicity. And here's the ethnicity: Indigenous Australian, is a Latinx, Middle Eastern. Then you have to write all these things down. You know what? Learning from your country, I find this abhorrent. If you're going to be a writer, what difference does it make who and what you are? You know?
Exactly.
I don't understand how any of this has anything to do with your writing ability. And if this is our future, I would say let's do what they do in the X-Files and fight that future, because why do segregating people into every different format they can? You're going to be segregated by the Writers Guild, by your ethnicity, by your sexuality, by all of these things. I mean,
the writers' room has to be diverse, Rob.
I don't care. But they're literally segregating. They want to. What does it matter? What does it matter? And this is going to kill Hollywood. It's going to kill the arts. It's going to kill everything. And I would say we should fight against this kind of thing as much as we can. Because filling out forms and declaring who and what you are, I don't want to be on a list. I don't think anybody wants to be on lists. We know what we know where that leads, and why this is becoming a thing in our culture. I don't know. As what was on the X-Files movie poster, fight the future. Because
and the funny thing that Chris said, there is even a box check for all. Check all.
Yeah, check all. I'm all of those things. Are you a human being? What does it matter? Especially a union. I mean, after all the hard-fought battles that the Writers Guild of America fought, this is the kind of thing you wind up getting from them? It's not cool, man. And you know what? What's with America? What's with the divisiveness? We're supposed to be a melting pot. You know what happens when you melt things in a pot? They all melt together. They all congeal together. They all become one. And you slurp up all that goodness. All the ingredients are what make the country great. But no. Quotas, it doesn't work. It's certainly not helping the output of Hollywood product, I'll tell you that. But anyway, really gross. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
It was one of the stories this week. Just saw on Chris Gore Frimford channel.
Yeah, not good. I do want to say that something else was unearthed that I thought was great, which was my stint on Star Trek The Next Generation. I just want to throw that out, and it's going to be in this year's Conservative Moms, Real Men of America. I think it's hilarious. On one side, people are calling me alt-right and conservative, and on the other side, people are calling me a left-winger.
You fit all the boxes.
All the boxes. I check all. I am everything to everybody. I'm wearing this sweater so I don't look like Steve Bannon, but on the other hand, I'm going to be in the Conservative Moms of America's Real Men calendar. Yeah. Actually, that's not real, but I thought it was funny. And shout out to the Salty Nerd podcast for making that. But anyway, we live in weird times. May we live in interesting times, and we do. You know what's cool about what the times we live in? I was able to get the Guns of Navarone steelbook in 4K.
Ooh, nice.
You know, coming in hot.
What was it? Was it reprinted, Rob? Was it sold out?
I mean, I didn't get this, and yes, I was able to get it. New printing of it.
Yeah,
it's not a very interesting steelbook, but I really like.
You have the other steelbooks too, Bridge of River Kwai.
Yeah, I did get Bridge on the River Kwai, and I didn't get Lawrence of Arabia because I have it in the box set, but I really thought that was cool. I like Guns of Navarone, and as you know, I like to put my steelbooks in my steelbook protector cases, as I do all of my 4K discs that fit. So, good for me.
Nice.
Here's a great right-wing America movie. Not really. I'm just kidding.
Where do we go, Rob? Some super chats?
Yeah, we got super chats. Let's check it out. Let's see what you guys are saying in the new year.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just pop this. Close this properly. There we go.
Yeah. This combined with some work. The sleeves.
It's true. So, what are people saying? Smash Rocket has become a new member. Sean Porter has become a new member. Welcome to you guys. Our friend Undead Sick.
Ooh.
Undead Sick says, "Hey, Rob and Dieter, Dieter can have the Infinity Gauntlet if he snaps away the bad release covers from last year, like Poltergeist and The Exorcist. Also, is there plans to finally bring back Elizabeth in 2024? Yes, there is." I keep saying that, but I know everyone's like, I make these promises that don't come true. They're going to come true. I'm going to make your dreams happen. And yes. So let's see. Verderio. Did I get that right? Verderio says, I wonder what is more likely to happen: Star Wars theatrical cuts in 4K, or all the Eric Stoltz footage from Back to the Future finally released.
The second one.
Yeah, I mean they only shot for 2 weeks, but I don't know if they finished it.
Aren't the deleted scenes with Eric Stoltz on the?
Yeah,
on
there
the
are.
Blue
There are deleted
features?
scenes
Yeah.
with there. Yep. And 200 Watt Studio says Odds Against Tomorrow is great. One of the last great noirs of the original cycle. I have the Region 2 BFI DVD combo, Blu-ray DVD combo. Oh, well, I'm glad to get it. I don't have that one. It is a great movie. Very excited to have it. Our friend 1001 Johnny says, I recently came into the possession of Shout Factory's Sonny Chiba Collection Volume 2. I was looking at Netflix. They've added a shitload of classic films, one of which, Street Fighter, or known in Japan as Clash Murder Fist, but it's dubbed only. But that's very cool that they're putting those things out. By the way, Blue-Eyed Samurai, dude. I'm in the middle.
Rob, have you finally started?
I'm in the middle.
What are you? What?
It's so good.
What was I wrong, Rob?
No,
It's so good.
everyone was right. And, I didn't realize that Michael Green was the creator of the show, and his wife.
Help me out.
Michael Green's a writer who did things like, Alien Covenant, but don't blame him for that. So he's a pretty big American writer-producer he's worked with Brian Fuller. And the animation's done by French animation studio. God, is that beautiful. And, it's funny. In the first episode... in the middle of it, the piece of music,
if I remember correctly,
battles against honor and humanity, or battle that's in Kill Bill. That music plays, and I was like, "Wow!" Everything about Blue-Eyed Samurai is great, all of it. Brenda Song, the Asian girl who's with Macaulay Culkin, they've had 2 kids together, who was in Social Network, does a voice. George Takei does a voice. It's great. It's so great.
Like I told you, Rob.
Blue-Eyed Samurai.
The first person who told you about it.
I know. It's awesome.
But it needed a critical drinker, to get it, to get you to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
It's really good. So everybody watch Blue-Eyed Samurai. Yay.
We will get the second season.
Walter White Walker. This is interesting. Walter White Walker says, I know, wrong show, but did you notice, and I'm sure you did, that Danny in For All Mankind mentions all 3 Star Trek shows. It was the original series, Star Trek Phase 2, and Star Trek The Next Generation. Yes, and Ron Moore confirmed that. But see, that's the thing. It's an alternate history. It's not our Star Trek, which means that For All Mankind in our universe, in my headcanon, is the unofficial Star Trek precursor. So, you go, Walter White Walker.
Only one episode left, Rob.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Only one episode left for us normal foot folk.
I know.
No, only one.
And it's
one
a banger.
And Rob, it's
in more ways than one.
Actually saw that the last episode is 75 minutes. So you say you will see it in theaters when, Rob, exactly?
Thursday night.
Awesome.
Going to a big event. Irene Jobson. Oh, Irene. Where have you been? Happy New Year to Irene. Yeah. She says, loud noises. I love lamp. 60% of the time, it works every time. Baxter, love you. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
No. I have no idea where the reference is coming from, Irene. Help me out later, Irene.
Yeah, but she loves loud noises. Of course you do. Baxter, there's a movie I'd like to get about the dog. Yeah. Anyway, Kelvin Wellborn, saw him yesterday. He's been a member for 21 months.
Nice.
It's all people in the chat. They know what's up. I don't know. Do you have anything else to show?
Yes. Alexis Narayanjo says all Anchorman lines.
Oh, they're all Anchorman. Sure, of course.
Anchorman. Yeah. Luke's the Blade says Anchorman, so Anchorman. But I'm not that familiar with Anchorman.
That's right. I mean, I only saw Anchorman once.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying it.
I still have some stuff to show, Rob.
All right. I do too.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The first one, I wasn't sure if I should get it because the additions that we've gotten from that movie were already amazing, considering even the special features. But since it's one of my favorite movies, I thought I would get it. The RoboDoc.
Oh, that's a great documentary.
And I bought the UK one, which I didn't know, Rob, comes with 2 discs.
Yeah.
The first one is already in the player. I only have watched episode 1 of it, and which was great. And I read, I think, on Blu-ray.com that the quality is better on the UK because they split all the 4 episodes on 2 discs. And for me, I only watched first episode, which was great to see how the script, even if I know a lot of stuff about RoboCop, to see how the script evolved over the years until it was finally finished. And I don't know if US comes with this little bit of
look at that. Those are cool.
Art cards too. A little bit closer. Let's see, at 209. So I'm really looking forward to the other 3 episodes of RoboDoc. And if the other 3 episodes are at the same level, Rob, this could be one of the best special making of documentaries of all time, I would say, considering a movie. So I put that back. Like I said, the UK split the 4 episodes on 2 discs.
Yeah, that's
while the American version, while the American comes all on 1 disc. RoboDoc. The next one, I think your friend Chris Gore had the director of the movie on his show, Film Thread. And I love Aaron Eckhart, Bella Thorne, and I thought I'd give it a shot. I watched with Aaron Eckhart Rumble Through the Dark. Pretty downer movie, dirty movie. It did pick up at the climax. So it has some really nice location flair, I would say. And speaking of Aaron Eckhart, Rob, he has a new movie out, which was directed by my friend Rennie. He has a new movie called The Bricklayer. The Bricklayer, which is only out at digital at the moment. Hopefully we'll get a physical media release later. So Rumble Through the Dark, slightly recommendation. Rob, you showed it last week. I was totally thrilled to get it. Was really happy with the transfer. I, of course, got Face Off.
Oh, the transfer is great.
Yeah, and Rob, I didn't know if you have gone through the special features. I don't know if the making of was already way back on the DVD or something. So I just don't remember it. You know what John Woo said when he first got the script? He said no. He said no, because it was too sci-fi for him to do. You know, he's not a sci-fi director. And Rob, that's how a director with integrity does it. No, it's not my cup of tea to do a science fiction movie. He loved the story, but I said, but I'm not a science fiction director. But I came back to him, put it down, you know. But these days, Rob, director shops goes out willy-nilly, it seems.
Well, it's interesting. When I was at Silver Pictures as a story analyst, when I was reading scripts for Joel's company back in the early 90s, Face Off was one of the scripts I covered. So, you had to read it and write coverage on it. And it was much more, it was about organ trafficking, and it was the sci-fi version of Face Off. And it was pretty good. But I think what they did with it, pulling it back, and I mean, obviously the face-off technology is pretty sci-fi, but the rest of it's pretty grounded. And that movie's just made by the performances of Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, and to a certain extent Nivola too, who plays his brother, Pollux Troy. And I love that movie. It holds up.
Me too. Me too,
so
Rob. What a blast! And I don't mind that you see that it's the stuntmen doing the stuff, because it's insane what they are doing.
Right.
So it's okay that I recognize it's the stuntmen doing it. I can look over that a little bit of a of a flaw. But just as I was saying, John Woo said first, no, I'm not a sci-fi director. I love the story, but this is not my expertise doing a sci-fi movie. But he could have said, yes, I do it, Rob.
Right.
No. But no, he said, no, it's actually not. I love the story, but for me, I'm not really sci-fi. I don't know computer stuff, And he said first, no to doing the movie. And then they gotten around back to him. This one, Rob, I finally got a 2. And strangely, I decided to get the same cover as you. Sometimes we differ in what we cover to get. And Rob, the chicks are packed, and you actually can bring a knife to a gunfight, As I've seen this afternoon, I got my Warriors set.
Now,
2.
had you seen it before?
This transfer, not Rob. The movie, of course, Rob. Still,
how great is that transfer?
Totally fine. Even with my limited capacity here. And the strange thing, Rob, is this movie, I don't know, have you the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Leatherface in your vicinity to get it?
No, I don't.
The one I sent you, Rob, the media book.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of the rating. Just because I want to tell you something. Yeah.
Okay.
Rob already took the cellophane off.
Oh,
this movie back in the day had a certification of 18.
Wow.
But now, Rob, it sets the rating 12 and up here in Germany. That's how time changes. It was an 18 movie back in the day. But now it's for the ages 12 and up. That's how time flies.
Dude, this disc is so good.
Yeah, it was totally, especially, Rob, since the movie is playing 80% at night, But, unlike you, I decided to go with that cover on the Emery because it's a little bit more fitting.
Right. Yeah.
But it's great, like you showed, that we get the original artwork. And you showed Barbarella, Rob. If I have known that inside the Emery would feature the original Barbarella cover, I would have gone with that one too. But I wasn't aware that it would feature the Barbarella original inside of it. Okay, we can't win all the time. And you showed you were very, very happy about the stickers.
The stickers of all the gang members. How great is that? Yeah. The different gangs.
Yeah. What a cool idea to put that.
It's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite releases of 2023 by far.
We are not perhaps fan of remakes, but Rob, for me, one of the shortcomings of the movie is perhaps it's a little bit short. Could we get a TV series with the Warrior, with every episode of the TV show playing in another turf where they have to go through? So a little bit of a 10-part series, wouldn't that be great? With a little bit more violence, a little bit more.
Well, I love this. There's a video game. The Rockstar made a video game back in the day. I think what's interesting about this movie is, Tony Scott wanted to remake it. You couldn't remake this movie today because the world has changed so much. Cell phones, and we'll just get an Uber to drive us to Coney Island.
Exactly. I didn't thought about it, Rob. Okay, now you destroyed my idea to make it into a television series.
It truly is, because in the movie, I've always liked to think of this movie as, even when I was a kid watching it, my friend John Meek and I used to watch this movie incessantly, and even back then, I always thought of it as taking place in a slightly post-apocalyptic New York. I mean, they never say anything that it's a post-apocalyptic New York, but it kind of felt that way to me. And I think, judging from the same, I don't know, it doesn't. Now it feels more like a post-apocalyptic New York than ever. It almost feels like the New York, but there's radio and there's other people and police and all that, but still. Yeah, it takes place at the time the first Mad Max takes place, before civilization is completely collapsed. Before they build a wall around New York City and turn it into a maximum security prison.
So
right
watching
before
that. This afternoon, Rob, I haven't gone through the special features. One of the special features I would have loved if somebody would taken us to the places right now, how those places look today, against from
New York is a very different place. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
How great is that?
Would I have loved as a special features when somebody would have gone through those places and showed us how they would look today, because New York is one of the characters of the movie. So with a nice booklet from Arrow, Rob's favorite release of 2023.
By the way, Stubble McShave sends in a tip and says, if I was a conspiracy guy, I would say that the WGA forum was a product of an under-the-table settlement of the strikes. It's good that I'm not a conspiracy guy. Walter Whitewalker does say, Happy New Year, guys. Fingers crossed
Happy New Year.
That For All Mankind gets a Season 5 renewal. I would imagine, if I were a betting man, I would say at this big event with the cast and crew on Friday or on Thursday that they will announce For All Mankind will get a new release. And by the way, I am going to put up on the website. I have new designs that I've made, Justice for Sergei and Free Margot. In the font, somehow I was able to get the font for All Mankind. How that happened, I don't know. Don't know. People just sometimes send me things, You just have to ask into the ether, and people send you things. I drink, and people send me things. And so I'm going to make those shirts, so look out for those. I'm going to put those in the store.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So super chats, Rob.
We're caught up. Oh wait, no. Let's see. We got more. Wow, people. 200 Watt Studio says, Rob, did you hear about the To Live and Die in LA 4K replacement program? You fill out a form. No, wait. 200 Watt Studio says, Rob, did you hear about the To Live and Die in LA 4K replacement program? You fill out a form and send your box set in, and then they send you a better movie.
This is not coming from me, Rob.
I can't help it if greatness isn't recognized by you. I can't, 200 Watt Studio. I can't. If you don't understand the greatness, I can't handhold you through these things. And everybody's taste is different. I just want you to know that it brought me so much joy to finally get To Live and Die in LA in 2023. I didn't even put it up as one of my greatest discs, but I should have. But there you go. B. Depp, who was in the member chat yesterday.
Not deep, Rob. Depp, not deep. Depp.
No, B. Depp. And I don't forget. I'm talking to George Feltenstein. I got an email from him today. B. Depp says, after the member call yesterday, nothing really to add today. I just wanted to say hey to you guys and support the show. Well, thank you, B. Depp. Nice. It was good to see you. Thanks for becoming a member. And so B. Depp. Now I'm not gonna. I will never movie shame anyone. You should never movie shame anybody, especially not on this show. So I'm not gonna ever besmirch the idea that he really wants Under the Rainbow, a movie that's actually I saw in a movie theater about the Munchkins making The Wizard of Oz. But B. Depp really wants the Warner Archive to release this movie. And I'm going to make it in my, whatever I have in my power. I can't take credit for this, but I'd like to say that I was behind getting Joe versus the Volcano out from Warner Archive. I really wasn't. But I'd like to say that I was. I started talking directly to John Patrick Shanley on Twitter. I think all you need to do is find the right people and start mouthing off about it on social media and let other people take credit, and they'll go make it happen. I honestly believe that's Star Trek Picard Season 3. I was afforded the opportunity to see it. I just started talking about it on social media, and a lot of people tuned in, watched it. Yeah. So
a worker colleague of mine, Rob, came this week to me and said he loved it. Dieter, I've seen Picard Season 3. He was thrilled with the third season, Rob.
Yeah. A World in Pajamas is here. Science Lady. I can't wait to watch the last episode of For All Mankind. I think I know where it's going. to go based on knowledge I have. I hope to finish my book soon. We hope you finish your book soon too, so we can promote it on this show. We should do readings. Maybe have an. You know what would be cool for the 1000th episode to have A World in Pajamas, to have Tracy, Science Lady, read her book, do like a book reading, and a live book reading from the author on YouTube. Someone must have done that. I don't know if they have or who's did it, but somebody must have. I'm trying to line up a bunch of interviews for the 1000th episode.
Yeah. Rob, what's actually the status of your audiobook, considering the crowdfunding?
You mean the audio drama?
Yeah, the audio drama. So
now that we have all the assets, we're putting together the crowdfunding campaign, and we hope to launch toward the end of the month.
Okay.
Indeed, we got paperwork we have to do, and we want to get all of our ducks in a row before we launch.
Yeah.
So,
Paul Allen Brunotto asked us, question to you, Robert and Dieter. What's your favorite Cynthia Rothrock movie? For Rob, it's probably Magic Crystal. For me, it's Righting Wrongs.
I don't know enough about Cynthia Rothrock, and I haven't seen enough of her movies to pick a favorite.
Just say Righting Wrongs, Rob. Just say
Righting Wrongs. Okay, well, I can't have her on this show without brushing up.
And Rob, you love the ending more where she dies. Because the movie has 2 endings.
Okay.
No. That is one of the questions that I will ask her, Rob. Which ending you would like more? She likes more.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll talk to her about a crowdfunding campaign, and that'll be great.
Yeah. Rob, considering the Warriors, I forgot something. I watched the end credits, and perhaps you know that the stunt coordinator was Craig Baxley. Is that the Stone Cold director, Rob?
That is the Stone Cold. Craig Baxley. First of all, Craig Baxley is everywhere. He's everywhere in Hollywood. You know, he was one of the greatest stunt people in all of Hollywood history.
I watched the credits and then I said, yep.
Like
the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Joel Silver was the associate producer of that movie. So
and I said, wait, I know that guy.
Yeah. Craig Baxley, Stone Cold. Awesome. Amen. So,
do you have that's news for us, Rob?
Oh, I got news because we got to talk about. I'm so excited to talk about this news. By the way, so Shout Factory is going to release the miniseries version of The Shining on Blu-ray. Okay. I don't think there could ever be a 4K. I'm not sure. I don't know if they've got a negative or what. Okay. So we'll see. Quickly Down Under. I like this movie with Tom Selleck, Western, Australian set Western. I don't know why I always like this movie. Now, here's a surprise that I never thought this would come out in 4K. Steven Soderbergh's Contagion. First of all, I don't know who came up with this shit cover, but I don't even know what this cover is supposed to be. But maybe I know it's a mask. I thought it was cheeky. I get it. Okay, it's a mask. But because when the pandemic, when the COVID pandemic happened, everybody was
shut through the roof.
Yeah, everybody was talking about this movie. This is a great, great, great movie. I love this film. It's sprawling. It's epic. It's got a great cast. And I do like this headline: "Nothing spreads like fear." This movie's dope. I can't wait to get it in 4K.
What a strange cover.
It's a strange cover. I mean, I get it. It's a mask. But just,
And now I see it, Rob. Thanks. I was thinking, what is this?
I mean, but
now I see it.
I mean, it's dumb. Whatever. But I'm very happy to have it
because with the mask cover, it looks very cash grabby.
Yeah, I know. It's cheap and not clever. Then we have God bless Shudder. Because we get so many of their bangers out on physical media. So we're getting VHS 85, which I haven't seen yet, but I've enjoyed the past VHS versions. So VHS 85 is coming out, and a movie that I'm dying to see, Where Evil Lurks, which you talked about.
Yeah.
And it's a great movie. Can't wait to see it. Now this, I'll flat out tell you, I'm not going to buy this movie. I'll never buy this movie. But it's from one of your countrymen. Uwe Boll. Postal.
Okay. Oh, Postal. Wait, Postal in 4K, Rob?
It's yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
4K.
But Rob, considering Uwe Boll's legacy, I think Postal is one of his better movies.
I know. I'm still not going to get it, but yeah, this is from a new company, and was it? I don't know if it's Mayhem Films or something.
If it doesn't come with Uwe's audio commentary, it's not worth getting. Because Uwe's audio commentary.
I'm sure this is going to be chock-a-block full of special features. I really am. Then we have The Guyver coming out in 4K.
Yes.
So that's
of The Guyver.
From Unearthed Classics. So hey, you gotta love The Guyver.
Bio booster armor.
Yeah.
It was the one thing that attracted me to Blue Beetle, Rob. The Guyver.
Oh, the guy, yeah. A 4K collector's edition of Nicolas Cage in Willy's Wonderland. Now, this is one of these Nicolas Cage movies I missed. I guess it would be a great double feature with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Only one of those movies, Rob.
Again, I can't speak to how great it is. But this next one is fascinating to me. It's from a Criterion, a new Criterion label. Lynch and Oz. Now, I don't know anything about this documentary, but it shows how The Wizard of Oz has informed all of David Lynch's work. It's a documentary. Very curious to get this. I guess it would make a good double feature with Room 237, the Kubrick documentary about The Shining. But this looks cool. I love this cover. What a great piece of art. It looks like a piece of Mondo art. Maybe it is. But I love this. Can't wait to see this. Now, this is interesting. This is a movie called Sex Mission. I actually saw this, I want to say, at the Seattle Film Festival. I want to say it's Polish. First of all, Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome is also, like everybody else, coming out hot 2024. This is either Czechoslovakian or Polish.
Okay.
And it's a science fiction movie. And
is that the movie you mentioned at the beginning?
No. But Sex Mission, this is a must buy. And speaking of Walter Hill and the Warriors, Vinegar Syndrome and they had a really interesting, there's a thing about restoring this. Southern Comfort, another Walter Hill movie with a great Ry Cooder score in 4K. I really like this movie. It's very Deliverance, National Guardsmen go into the swamp to practice, and they to train, and they come across, of course, the locals, and they go to war with the locals. And
German put it out in Germany, Rob, but not as a 4K, and I believe the German title is The Last Americans, actually.
I love this movie. I love the score for this movie. Again, a must-buy from Vinegar Syndrome for me. Very excited to get this. And Forgotten Jali. I don't know anything about these movies, but I love Giallo films. So, by the way, for those of you who might not know, Giallo is the Italian word for yellow. And this genre came out of the fact that there was all these lurid paperbacks printed on this cheap yellow paper. So that's where the name of the genre came from, if anyone's interested. Then this, I don't know if this is Indonesian, because again, but there's Santet, numbers 1 and 2, and I think these are like 80s movies from Indonesia or whatever, but if they're putting them out, this sounded cool to me. And I'll get this. And then finally, they're putting out The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock, which I saw this movie once a long time ago on a horrible VHS. So I'm going to buy this too. So there's 5 titles coming from Vinegar Syndrome that I'm going to buy. And then, Dieter, I looked at it wasn't on, I don't think it was, maybe it's on their page now.
Yeah.
There is a 1979 Paramount teen film that stars Christy McNichol and Tatum O'Neal and Matt Dillon and Armand Assante. And Vinegar Syndrome is putting this movie out. And I can't believe it. Now, I must have watched this movie 100 times on cable. And then I taped it off cable. I had it on VHS.
Yeah.
And Cynthia Nixon, yes, that's Cynthia Nixon
From Sex and the City.
From Sex and the City, plays like a 12-year-old hippie chick in this movie. and this movie is set at a summer camp. And the plot of this movie, Christy McNichol, tough cigarette-smoking Christy McNichol, and Tatum O'Neal, the rich girl, are pitted against one another at summer camp to see who can lose their virginity first. And this movie, controversial now because like Tatum O'Neal's going to hook up with Armand Asante, and Matt Dillon and Christy McNichol are going to hook up. And that movie is being put out by Vinegar Syndrome. So my pick of the week. My pick of the week.
Even it's a Paramount title, Kino Lorber said, "Oh no, not for us."
Well, Existence was Vinegar Syndrome too.
Yeah,
so
it was a deal with more
deal with and Paramount that's being parted out. Like again, Paramount, like, hey, take our movies, put them out. We're not making any money. Someone's going to sell us anyway. What do we need our catalog?
Even Face Off doesn't interest in us anymore.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to do a Robservations on this tonight. I've got a Robservations. I want to talk about this Bill Mechanic article. Wow, the people that are running Hollywood just don't give a fuck. Apparently, they don't. But I don't know what this cover's all about. But there it is, Little Darlings. I cannot believe that Vinegar Syndrome is putting this out. But you know what? When you think about it,
in 4K, Rob?
In 4K, dude. I can't believe Little Darlings is coming out from Vinegar Syndrome in 4K. This is why we live in spectacular times. Now, I don't know how many of these they're going to sell because there's not a lot of salacious young flesh in this movie. And it really turns into kind of a heartfelt story. Nowadays, girls aren't interested in losing their virginity. They just start an OnlyFans account and monetize their sexuality, monetize their body parts. So the world is a different place than it was back in 1979. But again, I was very interested in the teen films of the era because on cable, they showed a lot of, in the mid-70s, there was all of these teen movies about getting laid. There was like Crown International Pictures put out things like Van Nuys Boulevard, Malibu Beach. It was just an endless parade. And then, guys getting laid like Porky's or Last American Virgin. All these movies are gone away now. Like, nobody cares because of, porn is ubiquitous. And as I said, teen girls and their OnlyFans accounts. Sexuality has become, no wonder the birth rates are falling. But this comes from a simpler time, Dieter. When I saw that Vinegar Syndrome was putting this out, I was like, no way. And they're putting it out. I don't know if there's, I don't know. I'm sure there will be because it's Vinegar Syndrome. But the fact that Vinegar Syndrome, for me personally, there are all these movies, whether it was Liquid Sky, whether it was Body Melt, now Showgirls. You know what? I should have bought Roadhouse just to support Vinegar Syndrome. Their Taboo box set, all the bush porn they're putting out from the 70s, their partner labels, putting out Bobby Roth's Heartbreakers. Vinegar Syndrome is doing some deep dives. And I'm convinced it's made for a very specific group of people that I happen to be one of. So, awesome. Little Darlings is coming out in 4K. So this is my title of the week.
Yeah, but unlike Roadhouse, which was, of course, an insane, totally great release, but you could get Roadhouse as a Blu-ray already, but this is probably the first time this movie is even getting.
Yeah, as far as I know, Little Darlings has not come out on Blu-ray. It's one of those forgotten titles, and probably because the subject matter. And the thing is, there's not nudity in it, really. It's really actually a heartfelt film. And
nice.
To me, it was one of the great teen films of that era, but because it was more female-oriented, and that's why I found it fascinating, was because you're seeing the girls' side of, and I don't know how authentic it was, but it felt authentic when I was watching it. So when I was growing up, I watched it a lot because I wanted, of course, insight into the ladies. And, so when I finally got to my stage of losing my virginity, I'd have great insight. But, no, this was really interesting for the fact that Vinegar Syndrome was putting it out.
Don't think I saw it on the website. Have to check it again.
No, I saw it on Blu-ray.com. I didn't see it on their website either. And it was on Blu-ray.com. And I literally... I had to look and make sure that it was January 1st or not April 1st, and they were kidding. But shout out to Vinegar Syndrome.
Great.
I mean, the funny thing about it is I don't know how many people that watch this show are going to buy Little Darlings, but I am.
It's always nice if you keep us those little nitbits, Rob.
Yeah. So there you go, Little Darlings. So there you go.
Nice.
This is pretty funny. 200 Watt Studio says the Contagion cover gives away the spoiler of why it spread. Masks don't work. LOL. And 200 Watt Studio says Little Darlings on 4K? Losing It with Shelley Long and Tom Cruise next. Oh, if Losing It comes out, it's got to be Vinegar Syndrome who puts it out. I don't know if they will.
So double feature again.
1001 Johnny asks a question. Yes, it was forwarded to him. So, yes, I can say that. But, yeah, I mean, there you go, man. That is some crazy-ass shit.
Yeah. So this new year starts very well, considering the news section, Rob.
Well, we're not quite done yet. We've
okay.
got other things to say. We got to look into the sales figures for the last week of the year. Not a lot of big surprises, but top 20 sellers on both formats. Of course, Oppenheimer, Five Nights at Freddy's, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, The Expendables. The Expendables 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mayhem, The Equalizer 3, The Exorcist Believer. One of the most disappointing movies ever made. Barbie, what's this one? Oh, Paw Patrol, and of course Mission Impossible.
Probably the first time I don't own 4 or 5 movies from this list.
Wow. Well, here we go. Top selling Blu-ray discs: Oppenheimer, Five Nights at Freddy's, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, The Expendables 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Equalizer 3, Exorcist Believer, Barbie, Mission Impossible, and Avatar: The Way of Water. And finally, for the last week of 2023, the top-selling 4K discs are Oppenheimer, Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar, Titanic, The Expendables 4, Mission Impossible, Indiana Jones, Five Nights at Freddy's, The Warriors from Arrow. I love seeing Arrow shatter the top 10 with one of their releases. Go Arrow, really good.
And an old title.
Now, speaking of which, there are 2 titles I haven't shown yet that I forgot to show.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 titles I haven't shown yet.
Oh.
Are you done showing titles?
I'm done, Rob. I'm done.
I did get the Dead Zone. I mean, it's so wild that over the last 6 months, Crimes of the Future came out. Existence came out from Vinegar Syndrome in 4K, and then they re-released, of course, Shout Factory doing their double dips, which makes me insane. Dead Zone, one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations, even though it really truncates the book. I love this movie. Cronenberg did this, so I got that in 4K. Now, I have to say, I mean, talk about a shameless double dip. I did buy Avatar, the 4K Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, then they put out the collector's edition, and I bought that too. Did you buy it?
Not at the moment, Rob.
Now,
it comes with more bonus features, or is there something else?
The reason that I bought it was because it has all 3 versions of the movie. And
you mean the first one, not the new?
Yeah, the first one. The first one. Okay. Now, I might buy the second one, but I have to say, I was like pissed. Not anymore. This is if you like Avatar, because now, once again, I can take my old DVD or Blu-ray special edition, even though it's a beautiful package. I'm getting rid of these double dipping things. This is gorgeous. And it's a gorgeous package. It looks like it's a like an anime from a high-end anime company.
Is it Tiki?
Yes. Let me get it out. Here's the slipcase. And it's metal clasp. I mean, a magnetic clasp in here. Nice. So if I can open it.
Rob, it's not, I believe, this edition has not come out internationally yet. It's only out in the US, I think.
Look, you got the great artwork.
Nice.
And then all the 4 individual discs. Color-coded discs.
So the movie comes from the new 4K version that got re-released in theaters.
Yes, and with that added scene with Giovanni Ribisi.
Okay. Yeah.
So
to fit more to the second one.
Yeah. And yes. And so I didn't know that actually, that they had added that scene. But I will be getting I'll be getting the Way of Water one, and look, if they're going to do
the Way of the Water is the same. It's the same.
I would imagine so. I would imagine so. But like, come on, guys, why do you got to fuck us like this? The Avatar came out how long ago? 3 months ago.
Yeah, in August, I believe.
Okay, August. I mean, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Put out a definitive. God, it's hard enough, but I will say this is a gorgeous release from Disney.
Yeah.
Well done, hail fellows, well meant, or whatever. I mean, why do this, and why am I an idiot that falls for it? I mean, if you're going to do that, at least do what they did with Lord of the Rings. With Lord of the Rings, they announced they're going to release a theatrical version, and then later on, you're going to get the extended version with all the special features. We knew that going in. I don't like when they do this. I don't know why they. Yeah. I mean, I do know why. Money.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, in that short of a time to release it.
But and again, this is the definitive release. I mean, it's really, really nice. And like I've enjoyed my big Blu-ray, the big box set, but it's gotten to the point where I've made a decision. I'm not gonna keep all these multiple titles. I'm going to keep the definitive releases unless there's extra features on them or something like that. But I'm like, it's gotten to the point where who cares? I mean, I used to think I have to have. Why do I have to? What? Who am I in competition with? You and I have very different movie collections.
Definitely, but some are the same. Is the 3D version, Rob? Is that a new remaster too? That has come out. Or is it the old one?
I think it's the old one. I think it's the old one. Okay. I don't know if the 3D version's not on here. I don't know. I don't think.
No, but they released it again, Rob. The 3D version on the first. So just wanted to know, is the 3D version a remastered version too?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But the first one is still demo worthy, so I don't know if there's really needed.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's still Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. So, and then finally, let's hear it for some Second Sight love. Ooh. Dude, Chopper. I love this movie. Eric Bana's big breakthrough role. I was afraid because I don't know why I had held off buying this. And then I went to the Second Sight website and it's sold out on their website. I love this movie. He plays a crime. One of the, this would make a good movie, a good double feature with Bronson.
Ooh. Tom Hardy.
Yeah, you got Tom Hardy in England and you got Eric Bana in Australia. But again, another great Second Sight release with their beautiful box and artwork and all that. And, you've got your art cards, which I won't open up the art cards, but a great booklet of essays and then great transfer. Now, this is only a Blu-ray. But a lot of their movies, like, Frontiers or things like that, I just, again...
Probably a 2K master, I would think. I don't know when the movie came out.
But had to get this, so this is the last thing I had to show. Chopper, thank you, Amazon UK. You had one left. You didn't lose it. So, and that's the thing. You got to jump on that shit from these labels, man. If you don't get it, they're gone. And Second Sight, once again... Farrah Fawcett Majors is Holly from Logan's Run. If Second Sight were a girl, that's who she'd be, or who they'd be. So thank you for that. So that's my last thing I got, and I like Choppa.
So Rob, if you want to take a quick break to get ready for your next stream because you have other obligations, I can do the live chat so you can take a break. 5
Oh, no,
minutes,
I don't have to take a break right now. I'm going on to George the Giant Slayer's live chat, his first live stream at 1. So, but take it away, Deets. Let's hear it for the live chat. And, of course, we'll catch up with super chats or tips if they come in. So it's all yours, buddy.
Previously, last year on Let's Get Physical Media, the first one was actually nice to see. Analog Alec, who did a nice, great new thumbnail artwork for us, was in the chat. Long-time lurker, first-time poster, salutations and New Year greetings. Len McIsaac asked, will Deets ring in the New Year live? I answered, depends on the length. And of course, Troy Elisa said, that's what she said, Deets. NDH, let's hope the show starts on time in 2024. NDH, what we need 2024 is stability. And us not opening at the correct time is stability, So probably we won't open at punctuality in the new year. Gordon Liddell, Dina, what are you doing? You were in the country that make the greatest beer in the world and you're drinking British beer, but it had a trooper from Iron Maiden. I was going through my beverage shop and I thought, hey, there's the trooper from Iron Maiden. And I bought it. And I bought British beer, Gordon. What can I say? Gordon Liddell again, best packaging artwork of a box set in 2023 was the Arrows Hellraiser Quartet. And I'm not even a huge Hellraiser fan, but the box is awesome. Victor Fontaine agreed. It follows transfer, and that box set is top quality. The movie itself is kind of dumb. Okay. David Romboa. Rob showed it last week on our favorite releases. Did you guys see John F. Kennedy in Ultra HD yet? That's one of the best movies ever. Rob was very loving the transfer for the JFK set. I didn't get mine, but it's on its way. Tom Jr. Jackson, our moderator, is trolling again. I love HFR. Come on, Tom. You're trolling again. Gordon Liddell, I am very worried that I will be returning to 4Ks of True Lies and Aliens. Okay. 808 Physical Media. American Gravity is the worst 4K picture quality of 2023. Bex Museum 4K transfer. And you were not happy with that either, Rob, as far as I remember. American Graffiti.
Which? I'm sorry, which?
The American Graffiti transfer.
Oh, dude, it's an abomination. And again, nobody. How American Graffiti? Don't even get me started.
No.
Fucking people.
Okay. Roman Schoper is 20 days in Mariupol, censored in Germany. Not to my knowledge, Roman, that it would be censored. Paul Allen Brunotto, I will talk to Cindy about getting her on this fabulous show. Let's talk.
Yes, he's been conversing with me, and he's got new news. So that's the thing.
808 Physical Media. Where's your 2023 worst top 10 4K picture quality? I didn't even make that list. Played out. Deeds, I approve of your beer choice. I have a Maiden Trooper, the Trooper t-shirt, fan since Number of the Beast, the album. Me too, played out. Let me just see. 808 Physical Media was unfortunately not as happy with the JFK set. JFK has no 4K theatrical cut. And Jim said, yeah, bummer, no 4K theatrical version of JFK, which I prefer. And my friend Tim Hens, of course, said Oliver Stone preferred the director's cut to the theatrical version. You don't say, Tim, he preferred his director's cut to the theatrical version. What a surprise. Gordon Liddell, Play On will not ship direct to the US. That's why I'm sponsoring Rob with those Play On titles. But you can get the Play On titles that are not exclusive that you can get on Amazon. Those titles that I sent to Rob were really exclusive on their store website, and they unfortunately don't ship to the US. Gordon Liddell, I have the Bloodsport 4K media book from K-Blade, top-notch company, great customer service, ships to America. Bill Barkley, speaking of friends, anyone see the Three Musketeers D'Artagnan? unfortunately, I still haven't seen the next one, My Lady. Bill, I haven't seen the 2 movies either. I hope they will make perhaps a little bit of a box set with the 2 titles together, and then I will jump on the chance. Rob, have you seen the French movies, the 3?
No, and I'm dying to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if they've come out. I'm going to.
I think they will come out next year in the States. The first one with Eva Green. Eva Green plays one of the roles. Like I said, I'm really looking forward if there will perhaps be a double box set of the 2 movies. Clarence Maxwell, Terrifier 2 was awesome. Art the Clown is the new Freddy or Jason. Die Boot, not Boot, Rob, Boot. Grüße aus Bonn, greetings from Bonn. Rhine Valley, always nice to have some German comedy here. Tim Hens, released the Cutthroat Island Rennie Harlan director's cut. I'm down for it, Tim, but then I would have to buy the movie again, and it was on one of my honorable mentions last year, and we said those movies are on the list. We hope we bought for the last time. Josip Erakovic, can we get to the chopper from Dieter? I hope this was fine enough. Analog Alec, our thumbnail creator. I heard Hong Kong Rescue guy closed doors and took the money and ran. Kevin Welburn, Hong Kong Rescue website has disappeared. Yeah, probably stemmed a little bit over its weight class considering his releases that he wanted to do. Gotham Guardian, I really hope we get Killers of the Flower Moon on Blu-ray. There will be a release in Italy for the movie, like it was with Coda. I don't know why those movies getting a release in Italy, but if you're buying internationally, you can get the movie in Italy in the 4K. I would think so. Will be region free. Secular Monk, Rob, you convinced me to get Black Hat. Because Rob did dive into the director's cut a little bit.
You should. I'm glad.
How much he loved the director's cut of Black Hat. A performing artist, love you all for 2023 and 2024. Happy New Year. What movie are you both most looking forward to in 2024? Well, a performing artist, I did that at the beginning of the show. So I answered your super chat to your liking. And Rob, Paul Stanley was in the live chat.
Well, of course he was.
Paul Stanley. Good evening, Mr. Burnett and friend. Outpost 31 said, Rob, Chinatown is in 4K on iTunes.
Yes, a lot of Paramount titles are, but they haven't been released on physical media.
Yeah. Rob wants the disc.
I want the disc. I don't want to watch it on iTunes.
Yeah. Played Out. Anybody watched Dark series? Of course. I watched the German series on Netflix, if that's what you mean, Play Out. Great series. Gary Benjo Sandwich Worthing. Deeds has good taste. Well, Gary, sometimes a blind chick finds a grain, you know? Bill Barkley. Wait, One Piece isn't on there on my best TV shows last year. It almost didn't make the cut. Bill, it would be in the spot 11 to 20. Somewhere around this. Didn't make the top 10 cut. Tim Hens. The Tiller was very good, but not great. Fincher can do something like that in his sleep. Then please, David, do more of that movies, if you can do that in your sleep. South London Reseller, love Deeds. Okay, I have to feature that in the live chat. I don't know why. Bill Barkley, don't Germany do some good beers? Yeah, but it was the Trooper from Maiden, that UK beer. Okay. So let me just see. Bruce Lum, thanks very much, Dieter. All the very best for the new year. And Paul in Long Beach, last one, Rob. Bless you, Mama Bastian. You did right with Dieter and Paul. I did get those lovely comments about my mom. I get it to her that she did right on me. Okay, Rob, this was the live chat.
Well, that was a good live chat. We got a few more super chats and tips. So we've got a performing artist says this is supposedly a forgotten gem of a horror movie from 2023, Cobweb, with Anthony Starr and Lizzie Kaplan. I want to watch it tonight, so I can't forget it. What's really interesting about that, people keep telling me, a lot of my friends, horror crowd friends, really like the film.
Me too.
And everyone likes it. So I need to see it. I want to get it. I know it's out now, I think, on disc. So maybe I'll pick it up. Definitely want to get that. So we will do that. And
with our Homelander.
It's Anthony
Starr. Homelander fashion.
Yeah, and A World in Pajamas. Tracy says, "Thank you, Rob. That's kind of you. It's set in space, and we visit many planets. I will send it to you and Dieter once it's published." Well, absolutely. I'm going to hold you to that. You got to come on the channel and do a reading. Yeah, it'll be good. Then it'll
there you
show
go, Science Lady.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go to George the Giant Slayer's channel and join his all-star first live stream. And this brings us to the end of our first show of the new year. It's a great show, Dieter. Yeah. I mean, I know it's kind of a little slow. It's going to be at the beginning of the year of new titles and things, but it should be interesting regardless.
But I thought we had a lot of stuff to show, Rob, for the first show.
Did.
No,
we did, which is great.
Yeah.
Somebody in the Amnital All Metal says,
Altmetall, okay.
Is it Amnital or is it All Metal?
Altmetall. Old metal.
Amnital. Man from Nowhere is dope. I know Man from Nowhere came out in 4K, and I keep forgetting to pick it up because I do love Man from Nowhere.
Yeah, from Wellgo, USA. Great Korean.
And the Wellgo USA, I mean, if the whaling is anything to go by, any Wellgo USA title in 4K, because they put out Train to Busan in 4K.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nowhere and the whaling were probably the three first titles, considering Korean movies.
Really, really good.
So,
really, really good.
Since Rob has other obligation, I say, jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. I want to give a shout out to Tom Jr. Jackson, to Lord Toth for moderating. Yeah. I also want to say thanks to everybody who generously supports this channel via Super Chats, tips, and memberships. We had a great member call. We're going to be doing more member stuff, which is going to be fun. Now, Dieter, who made our great new thumbnail artwork?
It's Mr. Alec Deacon, who did send it to me just before we did the last year's show, and I was never that fit, but now I am, at least in that artwork.
Well, it looks great, and totally. It's very cool. Awesome. Tron, Blade Runner, all those things mixed into one. Cyberpunk 2077. It's great. I want to say thank you for that artwork. Starting season 4 of this show with you, it's been a great honor, sir. I look forward to the coming year. I think we're going to get a lot of great physical media releases. There's a lot of really interesting movies coming out. We talked about, things like Ballerina. I'm looking forward to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We got Dune 2 coming out.
Oh, totally forgot that, Rob.
I'm looking forward to Wicked. There's Furiosa coming out, which I can't wait to see. There's a lot of really good films. Deadpool 3.
That, Rob? I totally forgot that, Rob. Yeah, on my list. Did I forget that? Maxine, Rob, from Ty West. The last one from his trilogy. With X, Pearl, and Maxine.
Yep. 200 Watt Studio asked if I missed his last things when I said the Contagion cover gives away the spoiler of why it's spread that masks don't work. I did not miss that. And Little Darlings on 4K, I didn't miss that either. No. So
they were featured.
And I did say, they were featured. I did say that. I missed this. Walter White Walker says, is the last WGA form box to check, do you like me? Wow.
No.
That's funny. That's great. Well, on that note, I guess it's time to end this show.
See you next week.
I have to be seeing you and all of that.
I was walking my dog. That's right, he didn't catch the two super chats.